But what I wanted to do today is just give you a little bit of an insight as to what we talk about during the course. So we obviously go over, the most up-to-date information about assessment, intervention, community resources, things like that. But then we also touch on motor planning. So motor planning is a huge topic. I mean, it could really be its own course. You could probably make several courses about it. But what I did for the balance course is just take a few principles that I think are most applicable and easy to apply to any kind of motor task that we're trying to teach our patients, which is huge in balance. I mean, we're trying to reteach them the ability to do this. So what I wanted to talk about today, and it's included in the course, is attentional focus. So it means kind of what it says. I mean, it's what we're wanting the patients to pay attention to during whatever task we're training them for. So I'm a PT, so I'll use gait training as an example. So if I'm trying to get somebody to walk better, I'm trying to, try to evaluate what kinds of problems they're having with it, I want to be able to make sure that the patient is paying attention to the right things in order to really be able to learn the task, and more importantly, really being able to retain what they've learned. So, really easy examples with gait training would be, if they weren't able to clear their foot very easily, so they had decreased foot clearance on one side or the other. So our natural instinct as a therapist to teach them to do better is to say things like, take a bigger step, or, lift your foot higher, things of that nature. So, we're really trying to get them to pay attention to what's happening and pay attention to their foot. Another example would be if they had decreased step length. So the same sorts of cues we would be giving them, take a bigger step, put your foot out further in front, things of that nature. So again, we're really trying to get them to pay attention, number one, to what's happening, and number two, to how to correct it. So, that's just our natural instinct to do that. But what the research shows is actually to do a little bit of a tweak in how you would cue that. So the research shows that more effective motor learning of a task, and like I said, more importantly, the retention of that learned task, is when the person adopts an external attentional focus. So instead of having them pay attention to their foot, which essentially is something internal, it's something a part of their body, we would want them to pay attention to something that's outside of their body, or external, something in their environment. So in those two examples that I gave, how I would tweak my cueing would be, so for the foot clearance one, for example, I would say, instead of higher or something like that, I would say, okay, when you walk, I don't want you to scuff the floor with your right foot, or don't touch the floor. So in both of those versions of that cue, instead of them paying attention to their foot, I'm having them now pay attention to the floor. So I'm still going to achieve the result that I want to achieve, but I'm making sure that they're paying attention to something that's external instead of internal. For the step length example, so if I need them to take a bigger step with their one foot, I could use, a cue like, okay, when you step with your right, try to step to the walker wheel, if they're using an assistive device. Or I could put tape on the floor, if help them, so now they're focusing on the walker wheel, where they have to get their foot all the way up to the walker wheel, or they have to step up to the tape. I put tape every so many feet, however, depending on how long their stride is. That they're paying attention to the tape, and they're not so much paying attention to their leg, their foot, and things of that nature. So those are just two simple examples, but it's interesting because some research even suggests that if we're cueing patients the wrong way, that it's no better than not cueing them at all. So that kind of really hits home with, if we just change a few things, a few little words about the way that we're cueing people, we either might as well not cue them at all, or we're going to get really good of it after you turn it. You always want to have the patient